Well, YouTube, the votes are in, and we got 170 people roughly, which is a pretty good amount of people. Like, it's not like 20 people. It's also not 5,000 people, but it's enough of a sample size. I know that I do have a lot of Browns fans, at least 10 Browns fans probably follow me on my channel. But there are also some good rivals that are on my channels. Bengals, Ravens, Steelers. A lot of people around Ohio are my fans of my channel, and they probably voted against it. Because if you're a Steelers fan, why would you vote the Deshaun Watson method? Um, but really what this is saying is people are saying, is Deshaun Watson 46 mil a year? Is it worth it? Like, there's always going to be slander, other bullshit. People are literally talking about how, yeah, you got your quarterback, but you gave up your future, or you suspended, or too much money. And people are always going to say shit. Just because we got Deshaun Watson now, people are still going to talk shit about it. Even if we win a Super Bowl, we still talk shit about it. And it's just like, this is a good vote. This is good data. This gives you a representation, almost a 70-30 vote, 70% for Watson, 30% for Stafford, just how worth it his contract is. Now, it's about the same as Josh Allen. Josh Allen's around 45 mil in the 40s, whatever. I would say Josh Allen is a better quarterback. Now, can Deshaun Watson have comeback player of the year? Can he come back and prove to all the critics, I am still the same form? If he does that, I would say he's top 5. If he comes back and he's average, well, that's a big disappointment. But as of right now, the talent we saw, he took 1 year off. He comes back, full off season starting in probably April, May. I think May, June is when training camp starts. He's going to have a full off season with the Browns. I'm sure him and Stefanski have already spoke. They're already talking some plays, all that stuff. I mean, if not now, at least by May. I mean, what are you going to do? Just not talk about football plays for like 3 months? So, the thing about Deshaun Watson is, this vote says it all. Everyone's always complaining about, his contracts, blah, 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 blah. Well, I really think that people who are just saying that, but his contract's ridiculous, they're just saying that to say something about it. Because you got to say something negative, right? So it's just like, to be honest, we have a franchise quarterback. He's only 26, 27, as long as he's, innocent, not guilty. And even if he gets a suspension for 4-8 games, whatever, Brissett will come in, hopefully win half the games. If not, maybe go 3-5, and then Watson will take over and hopefully win most of the rest. And it's going to be hard, but the suspension is not going to be 5 years. Could be half a season. It could be 4 games. There's a small chance it's only like two games, no games. So what it comes down to is this whole Deshaun Watson ordeal. It's like, you have to choose something. Do you want a franchise quarterback? Do you not want a franchise quarterback? If you don't want a franchise quarterback, then fine. Have someone like, Sam Darnold, or have someone like Josh Rosen, who's not in the league anymore. Have a bum. I mean, I'm not calling Sam Darnold a bum as a person. I'm saying his football skills are a bum. He's probably a nice person, good guy, whatever. But his football skills, oh God, no. So what it comes down to is, if you don't want a franchise quarterback like Drew Lock, I mean, I don't really believe in him that much. But if you want someone that's kind of like mid or below mid, then fine. Go ahead. But if you want this Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, if you want this Aaron Rodgers, this 40+ mil talk, if you want that top 5 range quarterback, if Deshaun Watson plays like he did 2 years ago, he's easily number 5, number 6 at least, if not number 4. I would not put him higher than 4 though, but he's around 4 to 6 range if he plays the way he did, a couple years ago. I mean, he almost took the Texans to an AFC championship, which I'm going to blame Bill O'Brien for the loss, not him. He balled his ass off. And yeah, he had D-Hop, whatever, but we have Cooper. So hopefully Cooper can at least do something good for him, and that's a good target. Cooper's also 27, and people forget what he did in Dallas and the Raiders. Just because, Cooper had one bad year just, I mean, quote, bad year, he still had 950 yards or like 900 yards or whatever. And then, just because Deshaun Watson had 1 year off, like, he's not top five anymore. Yeah, I get it. Right now, he's not top five, but if he plays the way he did 2 years ago, which he probably will, I mean, it's only 1 year. Now, granted, Le'Veon Bell took a year off, but he also lost a lot of weight. And you're a running back, you need that weight. Quarterback, I don't really think Watson had health issues. I think he kind of just maintained his diet probably, just live his life. And he knew he wanted to come back strong. And I doubt that he's been laying around his couch all day. I think he's probably been up and active and still throwing the ball around because he knows he wanted that big contract. He wants to go out there and play football. So, ending this on a party note, I have to go here. Do you want a quarterback? Do you not? I would say you want a quarterback. A lot of the teams that make a deep playoff run have a quarterback. There are exceptions like Joe Flacco, Jimmy G. There are some average quarterbacks that do make it to the Super Bowl, but you have to have a great team around him, and that's what the 49ers and Ravens did, especially Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. I mean, do I have to go on? So what it comes down to with the whole Brown situation is we have a franchise quarterback. So the whole, 46 mil a year, that's what a top 5, top 6 quarterback's worth. So we have no choice but to pay it. We're not going to let a quarterback walk, maybe go to the Colts or go to a rival team. Colts aren't a rival, but they're still in the AFC, which is a threat. So it's like what do you want? It's a double standard. Do you want a quarterback? Do you not? And the one thing that I'll say is, because I'm going to hear a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers fans say, oh, it's too much money, too much money. Yeah, Mitch Trubisky. So it's like, I don't want to hear it. And also the whole Trubisky to Claypool connection, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not going to say it's impossible because Trubisky could ball out. But the one good year he had, Trubisky, I promise you, it was because the defense was so good for the Bears. It was double doink year. The defense was so good that he had a lead and they were always winning. So the play action passes always worked. But when you're losing, Trubisky on play action ain't going to fool us. So Trubisky's not good for 5 wide, just throw it deep. Like, he needs that boot roll. He needs those handoff bullshit. And Baker was kind of the same way. Baker was not really a guy that, you can just do 5 wide. He used to. His first year, his second year, he did pretty good for that. But for some unknown reason, the last 2 years, which Stefanski could be part to blame, I don't think the scheme matches Baker Mayfield. I think the way of the whole handoff heavy thing, I think it really fucked with Baker's head a bit. It kind of, the confidence, grew away from him. So we'll see what happens with Deshaun Watson, but we have a quarterback, and I think it's just people are just hypocrites. Everyone always searches for one, and then once we have one, we pay it, and it's like, oh, bullshit. It's like, what bullshit? We have a quarterback. Isn't that what you want us to do? So, what do you want us to do, man? All right, peace.